everyone, welcome back to another month of Stretch the Sketch, and this is the sketch that we are going to be following this month. I immediately thought of like sun rays coming out, and it took me a minute, but then I remembered I have this stencil by Heidi Swapp. Now, this is a very old stencil. I don't know if you can still find it, but I know there's probably a ton of other companies who have made something very similar, if not exactly the same, since I mean, I've had this stencil probably well over 10 years. So, and to be fair, this is the first time I've ever used it. Another thing that I normally don't ever use, but decided to go ahead and I have bought this, but I am using Vicky Bouton's foundations paper. And I will say, again, it's my first time really I've used it before, but never for something like this. I actually really like it. It does blend very well. I'm using some distress ink that I got in a class kit. It's the only reason I have the distress ink, but you can use any ink. I've used Close to My Heart inks a lot for blending many different things. So gonna also start off this video real quick mentioning that they are doing construction on the road in front of my house, so I am sorry for all the crazy noises that you may hear while in the background while I'm doing this voiceover. So the only thing with using this stencil was I wasn't really sure, because I wanted to obviously make this into a double page sketch, since that's part of the whole Stretch the Sketch, is to not just do 12 by 12. So I decided to just kind of start it in the middle and take it out as far as it would go and make it look like a sunshine. And I love it. I really, the way that it first turned out just was amazing. And I did pull out a second color of that I got also. I think I've mentioned the Crop and Create Delivered class. So I've done that twice now, and each time I've gotten a little mini distress ink. And luckily they were both a yellow color. But again, you can use any ink. You do not need to use, just a specific ink. So the sketch also has some papers going along the bottom, and I wanted to kind of mimic. I pulled out pictures from the beach, and they're in the water, and I kind of wanted to kind of mimic that, I guess you would say. So I am tearing the papers to leave that little bit of a white edge, just like the ocean would have. I did try lining it up there so that where the pages met together, they would line up, and I'm going to tell you right now, I did that wrong. But I do kind of angle the papers so that they're at least, kind of, when I cut it, I kind of cut it at an angle so that it didn't make it too small. So I will tell you, I love how this page turned out. It's kind of on the simpler side when you look at it, but as far as what's on there, but it really has, it's fun. It's just a fun, different kind of layout. So the other thing I wanted to do was this stripe, because I wanted to add a bunch of different colors around to the page. I wanted to use this stripe along the bottom, and that doesn't scream beach or ocean or anything like that. I don't care. I'm just having fun with the colors and playing around. So I am going to add this stripe strip to each of the torn paper edges, and I'm going to kind of tear it along. I'm going along with the tear line that's already there, but I'm not too worried if it's a little bit different. The other thing, I remembered to do it on the left-hand page, and I had to go back at the end and do it on the right-hand page, or whichever one I glued down. I am trying to ruffle up the edges of the torn marks just to kind of accentuate, or however you say that word, the tear marks. Just kind of pull it up, give it a little bit more of that grungy type of feel and look. So I really like how this turned out, and I do end up going ahead and gluing these down. You can see I forgot to do it when it was up and easy to do, so I tried to do it while it was glued down, and I thought I'm just going to go back and do that later with a tool or something once it's already down. I am going to glue these down about where what I call the sunshine rays are, but I do after a little while, move those down, because a lot of it, when I get my photos pulled out, a lot of it will starts to cover up. You know, it's either going to cover up all of the sun and the sun rays, or it's going to cover up all of the kind of paper. So I decided to just move it down, and where the sun rays kind of is supposed to meet the paper, that gets covered up with photos. So you don't, your eye just kind of fills in that blank space. And I did tear that part a little bit there pulling it up, but again, I just glued it back down and it was fine. This spatula is really good for pulling up papers. So trying to remember my photos. I ended up using only 5 of these photos. Originally, I was thinking 3 on both sides, and I decided to go ahead and do 5. Kind of because I had 4 of one sun and only 2 of the other one. And the other reason was it just kind of looked better without that 6th photo. I don't know, I just kind of liked it a little better, so I decided to go ahead and go with that. So here's where I'm taking that little spatula and kind of pulling up on the wave part and making it look a little bit more like it's standing out. It really, if you didn't do this part, it would be fine. I just thought it would be kind of fun to add that little bit of, you know, tearingness to it. To again make it look like the waves are crashing, because if you've ever been to the ocean, you know, the waves kind of crash and break apart and all that stuff. So I do also, this collection, I am using the, what is it, Happy Days by Coco Vanilla. I want to say might be my first, or Sunny Days, Happy Days. This might be my first layout using this collection. I can't remember. But when I ordered this collection, I did get the 6x8 pad, or I think it's 6x8, it's close to that. And I love getting this for exactly for what I'm going to use it for. And what I'm going to use it for is photo mats, because I was not sure. Okay, I going through this, I really wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do as far as photo mats. But once I started going through the colors, I also got this really good idea to kind of go along with the whole sun ray, kind of almost into a sunset type of look. So I'm not starting it now, or did I do it totally backwards? I hope I didn't do it totally backwards, but I started thinking, you know, what the sunset goes from like a bright orange to like a pink to the blue. So I'm going to do the photos in the middle with this kind of yellow polka dotted paper. And then I do, the second photo is going to be like that pinkish, and then the last photo is going to be like the blue. And I do know that I only have 2 photos on the right hand page, so I am keeping that in mind, and I do bring the blue over in another way, with different, once you'll see with my embellishments and so on and so forth. So I went ahead and I just cut the paper mats you can see here instead of using my perfect layer rulers. I just thought it would be a little quicker. So now you can see I also have the photos lined up kind of in that sunset type of color, yellow to pink to blue. So you know, it's not perfect, but for the papers, you're limited on the papers you have, right? So I really, I was having fun playing with this layout. It really, it turned out to be a lot of fun. Another thing I like about these papers is these little cut apart pieces. I like that it's not just all 3x4s or 4x6s, and that there's words and different sayings and things like that on there. So I really enjoy that these type of papers. And with the 6x8 pad, it only has one-sided, they're single-sided, so you don't have to worry about which side you want to use, whereas this large paper has a good backside. I'm like, oh, which side do I want to use? Do I want to use that yellow paper? So that blue piece, I was originally thinking maybe doing a little bit of journaling in that blue piece, but I decided to go ahead and just add the date in there, which I will do later. But that pulls in the blue from my kind of quote unquote sun ray since there's no photo over there, I have that blue piece to bring that blue over to the very right-hand side. And now going through the ephemera pieces, I'm going to get a few used on this layout that I normally don't, or have maybe like more trouble or struggle a little bit more using. For example, those pinwheels, those can be fun and a lot. It just depends on your layout as far as those pinwheels go, but they fit really well in the clusters on this page. And so I was excited. And this flag, I feel like that was also brought that blue over. So it worked really well. It went there pretty perfectly. And then next to it is that pinwheel that's kind of a teal color. So, you know, going from the yellow to the teal to the dark blue, you know, just the lighter blue, dark blue kind of thing. And then I saw that little sunshine and I felt like he went perfectly above that photo where the rays are coming out. And what I like about it is he just looks like a little happy little sunshine. Like if you were to look at that sunshine, he would have those rays coming out. So the only difference maybe is that sun is a little bit higher than the rays, but I don't care. I thought it was really cute. Again, I took a picture of it really quick because I didn't want to mess it up and it was time to glue everything down. But the pinwheel that is by the word happy, it is the pink color, which is kind of, which is above the photo with that kind of pinkish photo mat. So it is again going with the whole sunset colors from the middle out. Now the title doesn't do that, but it brings in all of the colors and it just makes the page happy anyways. I guess you could say that's kind of what at least I'm saying. But I am going to also add in, I also got that other hello flag over there on the left hand side by that pinwheel, and it's kind of over the pink area as far as the sunset thing goes, but it does go over the photo. It's not glued down yet, and I do kind of mess up exactly where I want it to go because even though I took the picture, do you think I could look at it to figure out where everything goes? No, but anyways. So so it's kind of, to me, it's in between the pink and the dark blue, which is where you might find a little bit of light blue. So that worked for me. And then also same thing here. I do have this light blue word phrase that I'm going to add, and it's going over the pink and the dark blue, just like the pinwheel. So it kind of adds that little color there. I am gluing some items down with foam tape and some not. And I did like this little word that said, hey. I liked it. It looks like the sun is just saying, hey, you know, like it's a happy little sunshine, like I mentioned. Gluing down different things. I think, glue the photo that's a little bit larger on the right-hand side with foam tape. I want to say that I do the same thing with the photo on the very left-hand side. They are the biggest photos, so I wanted them to have the most emphasis. The other photos, even if I didn't have those on there, the story would kind of still be told. But I like the photos, and I think if you like a photo, then you should not worry at all about, you know, which photos. If you have 5 that look almost super similar and there's only one like little facial expression difference, then, but if it makes you happy, then use it. You know, go for whatever makes you guys happy when you're making your pages, and don't stress about what anybody else is going to think. And I know I'm not the best at doing that, but try to remind ourselves all the time, right? So I did pop up the happy days as well with foam tape, and I'm just using the thin foam tape. I'm trying to use this thin foam tape up because I have a couple of rolls of foam tape that I bought that I want to start using. But before I use that, I want to get these thin ones, these smaller rolls, I guess I should say, because it's all thin foam tape. But gonna glue these down, going to glue the pinwheel and the flag down and kind of go from there. I did think about going back. I saw somebody, and I cannot remember who at the moment, did kind of a sunray type layout where they put like sparkly something going out from the rays, but I don't remember who it was, and I had forgotten while I was making this layout. Oh, and I forgot as well, you are going to get a little appearance here from my cat. You can see his shadow at the moment. This cat has been literally driving me insane. He is going to appear here, and then I'm going to have to take a minute. So this is our orangey kitty. I thought I would let you guys say hello to him before I get him over. He is now currently in a box on the left, to the left of me, and I will add a photo at the very end of this video if you want to see him laying down and sleeping. His boy is still at college until this coming week, and he is driving everybody in the house crazy. He has become my new best friend since the boy is gone. He runs, he drives me crazy. He's the one that also eats the plastic. So I don't mind him coming in my room, but he likes to eat everything. So it's kind of hard to get him to just settle down. So next to me in a box, I also have a piece of plastic to help get him into the box. But like I said, I'll add a little photo at the end for you guys to see. I know some people like that. So, when I was gluing it down, I think I mentioned that I didn't refer to the photo. So I did glue that Happy Days a little wrong. So that pinwheel and flag had to be up a little bit more than I wanted it to. But I just found that sticker with the row of hearts and decided to go ahead and stick that there, and it fit perfectly. It has the rainbowy look to it. And I'm just adding a few more things here and there. One thing I'm going to do, and I believe I do it off camera, I don't think I show it on camera unless that's what I'm doing here. Oh, maybe I am going to show a little bit of it on camera. This is another one of the inks we got in the class. Luckily it was blue, ironic. I decided on the very right and left hand side it needed something. So I'm just going to use this very old cloud stencil I have. Lots of companies have cloud stencils. And I'm just going to make some clouds along the edge. They're very light, very subtle. Okay, they start out very light and very subtle. And then when I do the left hand side, I realize it's a lot darker. So I go back and add to the right hand side. But you can see in the still shot photos in the end. And I kind of feel, again, that kind of just goes along with the whole sun thing, the whole sun theme. Now, if I were to add a little something new or change anything about this layout, looking at it on the screen, I might have extended those sun rays just a little bit further out so that they stuck out more. But I am totally happy with this layout. I love it. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Please follow the links below for all the other channels for this wonderful collaboration that they have been doing for so long. I'm very much enjoying being a part of this. So thanks to everybody for watching. I hope you guys like this layout. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you guys next time. Again, after this last photo will be a photo of the cat if you are interested. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.